Hi, second grade. This is a little video about some of the vocabulary and phrases and some of the amazing words that connect to your story that you're going to be listening to and reading this week. And the story is called Carl the Complainer. I hope that this video with the words and pictures helps you to understand what some of them mean. If you were a little confused on them when you're reading the story, you can rewatch this video again to get a better understanding. Now, some of your amazing words this week. The first one is concern. It means to worry about something. So I have a picture of somebody looking like they're worried. Also, contribute. That means to give something in order to get something done. Some people contribute money to help, maybe find a vaccine or find a way to do something. Some people contribute time. So when you're volunteering to help others, you're actually contributing your time. Also, the word persuade, and that means to make someone believe something or do something. And we use that a lot in school when we read persuasion stories or we're writing our persuasion pieces. Some other amazing words are fragile. That means easily broken. Pellets, they're like little pieces of matter that can be burned for heat or for cooking. And then, of course, litter, that's garbage that's thrown about on the ground. And we don't want to litter ever. So always try to find a waste can. And then pollute, if we're littering a lot, that starts to pollute the earth. So that means to put harmful things into the air, water, and ground. And that's not a very nice picture that I found for pollution. So we try to not do that. And then also to release something. That means to set free. So I have a picture of somebody who had a butterfly and they're letting it go now. They're letting it free. Now, some other words and phrases that you might find in the story this week that might be a little confusing are annoy. That means to make somebody angry or to bother them. So if you see a friend that's tapping somebody on the shoulder and they don't want to be disturbed or talked to right now, they might get a look on their face that they're being annoyed. Also, complain. That means to tell others that you do not like something. In this picture, it looks like the customer at a restaurant is complaining about their food. They must not like the way it was cooked or the way it tastes. When somebody mumbles, that means they speak, but they can't be understood or heard. So sometimes if somebody talks and they're really, really quiet, or they slur their words together, they're mumbling. When you shrug, you raise your shoulders, sometimes hands, when you don't know something or think something will not work. So there's a picture of somebody shrugging their shoulders. I know you've been learning about time over the past few years. We all know that there's AM and PM. And in this story, you're going to hear PM. That means the time of day, afternoon until midnight. And I put a picture with a little chart there that shows that the sun is up at noon. That's when it starts to become PM. And then it goes all the way to midnight when the moon is up. A signature is a handwritten name. I put a famous signature up. That is Jim Henson, the creator of the Muppets. So if you've ever seen anything with the Muppets, that is his signature. Jingles doesn't mean jingles as in bells. It means catchy songs that go with commercials and ads. So sometimes there's a commercial that has a really fun song that gets stuck in your head. That is called a jingle. It's going to be a lot of talk about a petition. That means asking to do something signed by many people. So if you don't like a rule or you don't like something in the world, people will start a petition to change that, and then they get lots of signatures of other people that also support that same idea. Brainstorming. We do that a lot in school. That's when you have a group discussion to come up with some ideas. Sometimes you have to brainstorm on your own, but it's usually more helpful in a group. The phrase chimes in is going to be in the story. That means to jump into a conversation. I believe that the mom chimes in when the children are speaking to give an idea. There's also the phrase have a point there. That means when somebody says something to you and you didn't think of it yet. So you might say, oh, you have a point there.